with less stiffness and more ease. Cancered mixture is clinically crafted ingredients work together to soothe inflamed joints and promote healthy function. Cancered mixture is safe, made from natural ingredients you can trust, backed by science and proven in real life. Reset your body with cancered mixture. Choose cancered mixture for a smoother, more active day because your joints deserve premium care. Don't let your arthritic pain scare you. Cancered mixture is the solution. Produced by Trusting Jehovah Clinic, Takwa. Available in the pharmacy, and for bulk purchase, contact Takon 0244 871 862. Kaswa on 0245 012201. And Okanshi Drag Lane on 0244 683583. Cancered mixture, a world devoid of sickness. Now, if you're looking to expand your business horizons while enjoying a world-class travel experience, here is something to note. The Vanuatu Business and Pleasure Tour 2026 is bringing together business ideas, business leaders, investors, and professionals for a unique blend of strategic engagements and leisure. Participants will take part in business forums, networking sessions, and investment discussions while also experiencing Vanuatu's rich culture, scenic islands, and tourism attractions. It is business with purpose and pleasure. Registration is currently open for the Vanuatu Business and Pleasure Tour 2026. Think business, think leisure, think Vanuatu. Now to register, call the Vanuatu Trade Commission Ghana on 0240 229 282 or 0544 626 905. Note, registration is on first come, first served basis. Now to a very exciting one. The time is now. Play Round Lottery, the trusted lottery that gives you more chances to win big every single day. It's affordable, transparent, and rewarding. Round Lottery puts you first. Now here's the best part. With 3 daily draws, you never miss a chance. Start your morning with the exciting morning draws. Keep the thrill alive at noon with the Star Midday Games and close the day in style with our Naju Star draws. That's 3 opportunities every day, Monday to Sunday, to turn your dreams into reality. So don't wait, whether it's building that new home, supporting your family, or chasing your personal goals. Round Lottery is the best lottery to stake. Join thousands of winners across the country and make your dream a reality. Now, the Monday games are bingo for Star Monday and Monday and Naju Star. So this is your chance. Do well. Now, how do you start your day? Well, if you haven't had your cup of Mixi Choco, you're truly missing out. The rich new taste of Mixi Choco is crafted to brighten your mornings and keep you refreshed all day long. Everything you need is right in there. Just add hot water, stir, and enjoy a warm, smooth coffee experience that keeps you energized for your everyday hustle. Honestly, just one sip and you will feel it. And guess what? There is more. Introducing the new delicious Mixi Strawberry, a sweet, exciting addition, and one more reason to love Mixi. Start your day the right way. Start it with Mixi. Mixi Chano Hot. Now let's get to see what's on the newspapers for this morning. We'll start off with the Ghanaian Times. The big one says 2026 year of sustained monitoring discipline. BOG Governor. That's his picture right there. GIPC showcases district-level economic growth potentials in central western regions, both regions. Government to introduce new high occupancy buses nationwide. That's the Vice President, Professor Nana Jennifer-Kwajiman, saying that. Other stories in there also, the Ghanaian Times this morning. Now move on to the Daily Graphic. Blocking abuse by foreign nationals, government tightens passport security. Akujetua Blacko saying that as well. Brian Champions ready to rebuild. NPP lead with. We'll have the Chronicle, the big one, non-payment of gratuity, pensions, retired soldiers at Dabraka robbers. Stories on pages 3 and 8. You can see the picture of IGP Christian Yowonu there as well. Cuts advocates setting up of Africa City Transportation Authority. Other stories as well in there for the Chronicle. Now, the daily guide. Choose a winnable candidate. Kennedy Japan saying that Ofori-Atta worried over return. Okay, story on page 3. Ex-Maslak boss faces U.S. courts January 2026. Other stories in there as well. The National Voice. Evangelist petitions president over alleged police abuse and IGP interference in land disputes. NPP presidential aspirants to sign peace pact on Thursday. And Baumia emerges clear front runner as NPP primaries approach. Yeah, that's it for the National Voice. The Observer Times. And Galamsey crackdown, 9 must arrest foreigners, reclaims Birim River. And Ghana to host 24 rescued in Accra operations. You can see that on page 4. Right? Now that's it for the headlines. Felix van der Palen is ready with his guest. Please stay, and remember we are live and interactive as well across all boards. Stay.
You can talk about it.
Something is happening or something is about to happen, and definitely something good, something challenging. Don't forget, Run Lotto results will come live at 8:45 a.m. this morning. Good morning once again. We're still live on GTV Breakfast Show. I am Kweku van der Palen. It's your Felix, the same OG with a whole new glee. Morning conversation on right now. The day's huge stories. We are rolling into the headlines that are sparking conversations and shaping our day. On our plate this morning, the Attorney General clears the air on the Unibank case. Dr. Champon sounds the alarm on the NPP's 2028 ticket drama. And the Constitutional Review Committee comes under fire for the GBA, that's the Ghana Bar Association, controversy. And also the Interior Ministry gives gun owners more time. Let's unpack these stories. You're so much welcome. My guest, Mr. Oscar Provencal, actor, social commentator, right?
Well, citizen of Ghana. Listening to him and to see how far he's come. Yeah. I mean, despite all the, things that surround him, controversies, I think he's done very well for himself, and we need him to stay positive, or to be a role model for the young ones who are coming up.
Absolutely. And the song says, "On God, me I promise, you go be the hour of the day." Wow, inshallah. Yeah. Prince Intelma, yes. Entrepreneur, is here with us too. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
You're also enjoying the Shatta movement.
I mean, it's timeless. If you see his evolution from bandana, how he was able to metamorphose into this new Shatawale brand, it's a very smart progression.
Yeah.
And to me, staying relevant over more than 2 decades also speaks to not only his talent, but his ability to reinvent himself.
Yeah.
So it's a mix of so many things: talent, controversy, ability to stay relevant. So he makes them very well, but his talent bit is very strong too.
All working for his good.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
it should be made a case study.
It should be.
To see how his progression.
It should be.
It's not only that.
Because that brand switch is very difficult to do it and still get successful at where he is.
But there are also successful businessmen in this country who one needs to use as case studies to show how they've also been able to come up.
Yeah.
And I hope that's going on in terms of research and so forth.
There's a lot to learn in that regard. First, no evidence of theft in Unibank. Last year, bank criminal charges were held against Dr. Prof under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration. I think it was in July, thereabout. Yes. Anyway, what do you make of it? Does it in any way send a wrong signal? I'm asking this because it was withdrawn, charges were placed on him, but it's been withdrawn last year, July. That's what I was trying to say. It was withdrawn last year, July. What do you make of it? I'm asking this because people think that it sends some kind of a signal. One time a charge is being placed, another time it's being removed, or one is being relieved of those charges. What is the real picture?
Well, I do this. And you look at the issues regarding nolle prosequi, and then you juxtapose that against the issues that are happening against the finance minister and all of these things. For me, it's bad timing, because there are two sides to the issue. Number one, I'm not aware whether some part of whatever they had misappropriated or whatever. So as I sit here, I don't know, and I don't know whether that's part of the bargain and that's why this has happened. If it is, then I think that we're setting a new paradigm for dealing with issues like this. And when the Attorney General talks about, risks, and in a statement, yes, banks take on risks, and you cannot always fault the directors for
things going
wrong, unless there's criminal intent. So to be able to pinpoint criminal intent means you need to do that without reasonable doubt. And to be frank with you, I am still saying I'm not versed 100% with the particular case.
I get that.
But I think that in general, and not specific to Mr. Dufour, is that this new threshold that we have, in which I don't know whether it's a part of plea bargaining or payment for your part payment, 40 or 60% of your 60% of whatever you have
last July
to have misappropriated. I don't know really what that says to many Ghanaians sitting down there thinking that, well, okay, I'm not going to steal a goat anymore and go to jail.
So in the context of my question again, what paradigm are we setting, as you said? Is it a new paradigm?
Well, to me, it feels like a new paradigm simply because it comes off the back of the narratives that were given about dealing with crime, from oral to all the narratives that have been there during the elections, before the elections, during the elections, until date. And so people are wondering, so what are those guys who steal goats go to jail, and then people who steal hundreds of millions of cedis can negotiate their way out of jail? That doesn't seem to me to be fair and equitable in terms of a justice system. It doesn't. And so I think they have a tall order to be able to reconcile and explain to Ghanaians how this legal framework works, why this opportunities. It means that, Charlie, if you are going to steal, well, it's still big.
Something is happening, but something is happening right now. You sound as though you do not believe the AG's.
No, like I said, I can't say that because I'm not versed with the facts. So I'm being very cautious here. I'm treading cautious, and I'm always try to be true and honest to myself. I will not put myself in a position where I will say I know and I don't know. And so therefore, I'm just saying, playing out the optics of it, especially with the timing that we're dealing with. We're dealing with issues of Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta and others who have, been accused or, or allegedly accused of committing financial crimes. Okay. So when you're dealing with these issues and an issue like this, it's a sensitive issue. And it may feed into this perception that there is some sort of
vindictiveness
or some partiality when it comes to one set of.
Yes, that's an important point. I'll come to that, but let me bring first. The AG said public debate. Okay, public debate around the Unibank collapse had been shaped more by the prominence of the Dufour family, okay, than by the actual legal and evidential threshold.
What does that mean?
To sustain criminal prosecution.
So,
is that a genuine statement? If you get, do you get the point?
When a politician decides to go into business, separating politics from business becomes a problem. You understand? If we have a former finance minister in a government that is in power, running a business, and another government finds the person a criminal charges against the person, and the government here accept income and say the evidence we have is not substantial enough to go for prosecution, in itself is a controversy.
Why is it a controversy?
Because as to the facts of the matter, as to how they can influence a process, becomes very high. When you do risk analysis, it so says that if somebody is in a political party that is in power, if you are served as a former minister of state, not just a finance minister, the person wields power. And per the new economic advisors that were appointed by President Mahama, he's one of them. So the person wields power. So if we have a conversation around such a person and a process that we have all experienced from 2018 till now, I don't want to single him out in this whole conversation, although his own is the one that is on the table. But the whole banking cleanup that happened in 2018, that's where we should start asking the question from. That your banks that you say that they are insolvent, they have capital issues, and you want to solve it. Do you revoke licenses, sack people, consolidate banks, just in the name of you trying to solve a problem, and you use more money to do this process than what even they were owing, or what the book says they were owing? So the whole process had its own question marks from 2018. And there were a number of them. So are we saying that from that time that we were trying to hide and still let the investigation to go on? Because in any case, if we come to this conclusion that the age, what about his reputation from 2018 till now? About his brand, his family? So there's conflicting issues throughout the whole process. There's a process where there will be conflict of interest. People feel they have influence to influence the process. Somebody feels they've paid 60%. They've recovered. They say they have recovered. So payment and recovery, maybe they have to explain. 60%. So now they don't have much to hold on to prosecute the person. And was it so for all the other people? We know one of them is in jail now.
Yeah.
So the one in jail, was he given the same opportunity to also come and redeem 60% and still we will find nothing against him? These are questions that we should be asking ourselves.
Yeah, you mentioned reputation. So what are we suggesting? Does he deserve some kind of compensation or
If
what?
if the AG's position is that there's no theft against the man, then the man they have to reinstate his license to him. They have to have a way of compensating him. Because the thing was a criminal charge, saying that I've stolen some money. If all of a sudden, if it comes that there's nothing criminal or stealing against what I was alleged to have done, then there should be some compensation or whatever to the man. His reputational damage, who is going to manage it for him?
Okay, you cited Atu's case.
Yes.
And then, of course, Dufour. But AG also came up with some findings. He says that there was geographical, physical tracking of movements of, liquidity stuff from office to private garage in the case of Atu. But with Dufour, nothing of that kind was found. So
before you even go there, bringing in reputation and family, for me, is problematic. Mm-hmm. Everybody comes from a family. Are we saying that he was targeted, Dr. Dufour was targeted because he's Dr. Dufour, he came from a reputable family? Or I want to understand why the need to even bring that element in the first place. Well, we all come from families. I mean, Ofori-Atta comes from a family, doesn't he? Then all the others come from families. But it is their actions
we are judging,
or their inactions that we are judging, not whether you are coming from a family or not. And to make it look like that is the central reason as to why he was targeted befuddles me completely. So I think we should shift away from that, that
Is it Prince who's saying that now?
That was the AG's in the AG
that was the AG
statement.
statement.
That was in the AG statement.
That was the question you were talking about, the reputational.
Okay.
But there's a lot of things that we can learn from all of this, and some of it is about entitlement. And I say this broadly because nobody forces you to open a bank. Nobody forces any business owner or business interest to open or operate any business. But why is it that the banks can receive money as a business entity who makes profit? Why do they have so much special, that they can be financed by the center? What makes those kind of opportunities? And I remember that back in 2008, there was a banking crisis during George Bush's time. They set up some economic recovery, something for the banks.
Yes.
Obama came, he made it more transparent and stuff. But when they recapitalized the banks, the directors started giving themselves more perks and increasing their salaries and things, and Obama went berserk about it. So, what gives them that power and authority that the little man cannot receive the same kind of... And then when it comes to criminality, I can go and negotiate my criminality, where the small, we must really look...
And related to this, the AG's approach that, for Dufour's case, for instance, he calls it something that cannot be compared to a real criminal charge, based on the evidence he has. But I'm saying that whether, be it a criminal charge or bad business judgment, why don't we approach both with the same seriousness? So to keep people on their toes in terms of, saving state funds, not losing state money and all of that.
Are we saying?
If you get the point.
No. Are we saying that if we spot that the person has taken money in a form of with what intentionality, we don't know. That one will be different from somebody who also is going to do business in a business practice with other people's money and has made the money by judgment of the person gone bad, that person should go scot-free. It
the-
happens on all the streets.
That's the kind
and
of
when you are going to take money from the bank
thing.
and you have had a bad business, they can still take you to the court to retrieve their money.
Yeah.
So you disagree with that?
I disagree completely.
Okay. Should be approached the same way.
It should be approached the same way. And in fact, their issue should be tougher because they understand money.
Tougher than criminality?
Yes. You understand money. That's why we are
Should be
going
the
to
same,
banking.
at least.
If you don't understand how money works or how you can make profit with money, why do you go and hold people's money and the state money, to be precise? If it's your shareholders and your shareholders can give you some time to get back to business, yes, that's good. But the state money, we don't gamble with state money. And so the whole faces of the whole thing is a bit bizarre. He said that the state focus have shifted from criminal charges now to asset recovery. When did we shift? When did our focus shifted? What was the referendum to tell everybody that we have shifted our focus? We want to get to the root of the matter, because if the same situation, other people can be imprisoned, then we want to know why there will be a U-turn by a government within this short time. But in any case, that is even not the push. The push is that the same fundamental treatment should be given to everybody. Like this, I want the AG to apply same to everybody on that basis, unless somebody who have really gone overboard. But there should be the standard measure for all the people involved. If it happens tomorrow that they've gone through Amoaben's issue and they also come out to say that it also for the same way, there have been a lot of recoveries and all that, and his own to state prosecution is also free. This one, then I know that the same measure has been given to everybody.
So it's all mismanagement. It's the same
yes,
thing.
if it's found to be mismanagement or risk taking, and they didn't do well with risk analysis or whatever they were doing, then it should be applied to everybody. To me, that would be a fair thing to do, a fair judgment and a fair position by the AG and the government.
Okay, I want to go to the next topic, but give me your remarks on this.
I like putting things in context. Is that as we're looking at some of these issues, and that's where I bring in the timing, we have just come off the backdrop for which we are told that Gold Board or the Bank of Ghana or whatever has made a loss of $214 million, not chicken feed, and we are told it's transactional losses. So meaning that who's going to be held accountable for those transactional losses? Are they going to be treated in the same way where directors of banks take decisions that also brings them losses and they are not held accountable until you can provide criminal intent? I remember the president saying, GIOC doesn't make profit. Everybody drinks alcohol in Ghana. Why isn't the organization making profit?
And the private players in the alcohol space were making profit.
And so, you're going to have to juxtapose all of these things, and it's not, I'm sure it's going to make it very, very, very tough for us to hold people accountable going forward. Because we now seem to have a way of wishing it away with transactional losses, it's a business risk loss, and so,